bar here that tells me that it's a server document and that to modify the document I must check it out. So this is the SharePoint document management system working in the background. So again, no changes can be made to this document unless it is checked out. So what I'll do here is I will check out the document, which means that it will be marked as such in SharePoint. This means that nobody else can work on this document while I have the document checked out. So therefore they can still read the document, but they can't make any changes until I check the document back in. So now I can work on the document as required. So I'll add a space, maybe make this bold. And then once I've finished, I then go to close the document. I then go to close the document. Now what it says is obviously I've made changes. Do I want to save it? So I go yes. Now you'll notice here that because this is a checked out document, it will give me the option to say other users cannot see these changes until it's checked in. Do I want to check it in? So again, if I don't choose to check it in, I can leave it checked out, keep working on my edits, and people will still see the original version. But in this case I've finished and I do want to check it in. So I select yes. So now it gives me the option of what version I wish to have this as. So again, I can make it a minor version, I can overwrite the previous minor version, or I can make it a major version. So in this case, I'll just make it a minor version. So again, I will now enter the version comments, do some checking. You'll now see that the document has been updated, and what I can do is basically now somebody else can come and work on the document. Now if I pull the menu down here, you'll see that I have the options to view properties, edit properties, manage permissions, edit in Word, delete, and as well check out. So again, I don't necessarily need to do this from Word. I can manually check out a document so that it is reserved for my use. And you'll notice that when it's checked out, I get a little green icon here to indicate that it is checked out and that I'm working on it. So again, I can pull this down and check this in. Okay, so once I check it in, I have to enter my version changes. Okay, and then basically check it back into the library. Okay, so what I can do now is, because I've got version control turned on, if I go down here, I've got the option to look at version history. So again, as you can see, there have been 7 versions. So again, what I can do now is I can look at any of these versions, and if I select this one, for example, again, it will show me that document version as it appeared during that time. Again, as you can see, I'm noted that their newer version is available, and I can modify it or I can save a copy. So I'm not going to make a copy here. I'm just going to exit Word. Okay, so again, what I can do is I can keep basically a copy of all these previous versions that I've worked on. Okay, and again, you'll notice that if I select the menu here, I can choose to restore a previous version. So if someone mistakenly made modifications to the document and you wish to roll back to a previous version, you can easily do this by just selecting the document history and then restoring the one that you want. And again, you'll note that the comments also appear over here. Okay, so let's just go back to our policies and procedures document, as you can see via the breadcrumb navigation. Now the other thing I can do is, if you look at the document library, you'll see that over here I can view my documents a number of different ways. At the moment I'm viewing it by all documents. I can change that, for example, to simply view my submissions. So this shows me simply the documents that I've been working on. All the documents are still there. It provides a filter for me to get rid of information I don't want to see. So again, if I go back to all documents, what I can also do is, if I click on the heading here, you'll see that I can sort from A to Z. So again, I can easily sort the information here. I may also want to only look at PDF documents. So I can now apply a filter to view only the PDF documents in my library. So again, you'll notice that next to the icon, the name type here, I get a little icon that indicates that I'm filtering the information. So again, this makes it very easy to locate the information that you're after, because you can place all of it in one location and then apply filtering over the top of it. So basically what we've got as well, you'll find under here is that I can also take a number of actions. You'll notice that you can connect it to Outlook, but you'll also notice here I have the ability to send alerts. So what this means is that you can set up a policy so that, for example, anytime a document changes in Document Library or a new item is added, you'll automatically receive an email letting you know what changes have been made. And again, you can choose whether you want the email to arrive immediately or daily or on a weekly. So again, this is a great way to keep in touch with what's changing in your document library. If you want to know what users are doing to the documents you're working on, then it's very easy to set up an alert and monitor that. Finally, under settings, you'll find the more advanced options, and again, you can create additional columns. So again, you'll notice my approval status field here is an additional column that I've added. So I can add what's known as metadata to help me better describe my documents and help me to sort these more effectively. So what I can do here is if I just pop into the document library settings, again, I can only access this because I am an administrator. You'll see that I can choose my version settings, I can have some advanced settings. Again, I can set the permissions for this document library. So there's a whole lot of features in here that allow you to customize the way that the document library is displayed, who has access, and exactly what happens in there. Now, if we have a look at something called picture libraries are very similar to document libraries, except they're designed to organize images. So again, the good thing here is I can arrange them in files and folders, but as you can see, I can see a thumbnail of my pictures. I can simply click on that image, and again, I get information about that image, its size, its description. But if I now edit that item, what I can do here is I can go in here and put in